Hello, welcome to our viewers on PBS in America and around the globe. The two most senior members of the British government, Prime Minister Boris Johnson and his Chancellor of the Exchequer, have been fined for breaking COVID lockdown laws by attending a party in Downing Street in 2020. It makes Boris Johnson the first ever sitting Prime Minister to have broken the law. He's apologised, but that hasn't stopped calls for his resignation. Here's our Deputy Political Editor, Vicky Young.
We all have images we remember from lockdown. The Queen forced to sit alone at her husband's funeral. But for many in Downing Street, it was different. Drinks in the office and garden, dancing in the basement. And now police have decided that the wrongdoing went right to the top. Today, the Prime Minister apologised, but said he wouldn't resign.
I understand the anger that many will feel, that I myself fell short when it came to observing the very rules which the government I lead had introduced to protect the public, and I accept in all sincerity that people had the right to expect better, and now I feel an even greater sense of obligation to deliver on the priorities of the British people.
But you did repeatedly say that all the guidelines were followed in Downing Street. That was a lie, wasn't it?
When I said that, I spoke in completely good faith because, as I've said to you just now, at the time that I was standing up for 9 minutes in the cabinet room where I work every day, it didn't occur to me that I was.
But you didn't understand your own rules, and everyone else had to follow them.
It didn't occur to me that, as I say, that I was in breach of the rules. I now humbly accept that I was.
Happy birthday to you. This was the day Boris Johnson broke his own rules, June 2020, his birthday. It started with a school visit. That was allowed. But later there was a gathering in the Cabinet Room in Downing Street. Carrie Johnson turned up. She's also been fined. Today the Prime Minister explained that he'd had a busy day. The occasion lasted less than 10 minutes, and it didn't occur to him at the time that he'd done anything wrong. The Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, was also there for a meeting and tonight offered an unreserved apology. In a statement he said, "I understand that for figures in public office the rules must be applied stringently in order to maintain public confidence. I respect the decision that has been made and have paid the fine. I deeply regret the frustration and anger caused, and I am sorry."
This is an extraordinary moment. A Prime Minister standing here in Chequers admitting he's broken the law. And this wasn't some insignificant rule. These were rules that kept families and friends apart for months, stopped people going to funerals. But in the darkest hours for some people, the atmosphere in Downing Street was very different, where people time and again broke the laws that they drew up. And for many, this is unforgivable hypocrisy.
Labour's leader says for the Prime Minister and Chancellor, the game is up.
This is the first time in the history of our country that a Prime Minister has been found to be in breach of the law. And then he lied repeatedly to the public about it. Britain deserves better. They have to go.
The police investigation isn't over yet. They're looking into a long list of events in Downing Street and other government buildings. More than 50 fines have now been issued, and there could be more. And these words could come back to haunt the Prime Minister.
I have been repeatedly assured since these allegations emerged that there was no party and that no COVID rules were broken, and that is what I have been repeatedly assured.
Political opponents say it's damning.
If you mislead Parliament, if you lie to Parliament, then you resign. There's no ifs, there's no buts. We know that this Prime Minister has lied to Parliament. He should be offered his resignation.
I am absolutely clear now. They must go immediately so we can get fresh leadership. And if Conservative MPs won't do that, I feel they are directly associated with this wrongdoing.
Tonight, Boris Johnson has received backing from his cabinet and, more importantly, Tory MPs who just a few weeks ago were trying to oust him after months of damaging lockdown allegations. Vicky Young, BBC News, Westminster.